I walked in on my best friend with my girl. I, 23 male, have been best friends with John, 23 male, since elementary school. We have always been the closest of friends. We hung out every single day. We even graduated high school together and went to the same local college. While in my last year as an undergrad, I met 22 female Carly, my now ex-girlfriend, on campus. We had differing majors, so our class schedules barely overlapped, except for one shared course. Carly and I dated pretty seriously for most of a year when I walked into my shared dorm room with John one day and found him smashing with Carly. I skipped a lecture because I needed to cram for another class. John needed to cram her. When I opened the door, I was just in time to hear the final moments of the act, and Carly was screaming. Not new. She was always loud. I'm standing at the door, not noticed until the door return, pulls the door shut, and it slams. John turned to see me there and jumped back from Carly, who was bent over my desk. The surreal part was the picture of the two of us in a frame on the desk in front of her face. They were looking at a picture of Carly and me while she was getting clapped by my best friend. My eyes went back and forth between John and Carly. Carly started freaking out, and John just turned away with a look of shame on his face, saying something like, "Sorry, bro." I walked in, ignoring Carly, grabbed all my school stuff, and walked out of the dorm. I drove to my parents' house, about 30 minutes from campus. When I got home, I told my mom what happened, and she was stunned. She was angry with John and started texting him. Yup, that's how close we were. My and his parents were like surrogate parents for both of us. We were so close that we would just walk into each other's houses like we were at our own home. My mom texted John and told him he was no longer welcome in our house. Mom set her phone down and held me while I cried like a 6-year-old. The feeling of betrayal by my best friend in the world felt like it damaged my soul. John was like the brother I never had. My mom and dad laughed and teased John about staying single until my younger sister graduated high school. John had always laughed and said she should hurry up. We were so close that I wanted him in my life to the point that I hoped he would fall for my sister and be part of my family for real. John sent back a text to my mom saying he could not express how sorry he was. He apologized to my mom for being such an idiot. My mom was upset, and my dad looked like he wanted to delete John. My sister was the only level-headed one in our family. She called John and asked him WTF he was thinking. They had a long, heated conversation until my sister finally told him not to contact her. It only took a couple of hours before John's parents called our house to apologize for John's stupidity. The conversation was short since there was little else to say, but sorry. Life went on. I attended my classes and ignored John. He attempted to talk to me daily, but I would walk away from him and find a seat as far away as possible. I had to disclose what happened to our shared professors because it was obvious that we were not talking. My professors were cool about it. Most of them were women and had little understanding for someone who had cheated. The male professor I talked to had been so upset at John that he made a few comments in class that were veiled insults to him. He was fair to John and graded him based on his coursework, regardless of his personal feelings. I graduated towards the top of my class and found work in my field. I've moved on and now live over 1,000 miles away in Los Angeles. This town is incredible, and I'm loving my life here. The one time I relented and spoke to Carly was a wake-up call for her. She came to me at lunch when I ate in the campus commissary and sat across from me. I ignored her until her annoyance finally drove me to talk to her. Carly wanted to talk about us and started giving me the song and dance that a cheating girlfriend gives. I let her get through her little speech, then rocked her by telling her I was confused because I didn't care about her. I said I was angry and hurt by losing my lifelong best friend to an act of betrayal. She got this shocked, unbelieving look on her face and was at a loss for words. I looked her right in the eyes and told her that she didn't matter to me, and that she was, at best, an easily replaceable hobby. Then I told her I would have given her to him if he'd told me he was interested. She just looked at me like I slapped her. I summed it up that John had thrown our brotherhood away for a girl he could have had at a single request. She was down, but I wanted to make sure she was out. I told her, "Carly, I haven't stopped talking to you because I'm mad at you. I stopped talking to you because I don't care about you. I care about the fact my best friend betrayed me." Then I looked at my tray, and then back to her, and smiling, said, "Excuse me, it's time for me to throw out the trash." I stood up without saying another word and walked away. I left her sitting at the table, crying. It hurt more than I let on, but I never spoke to her again, and she bailed out of the only class I shared with her. Her friends always gave me these strange looks, but never said a word. John tried to talk to my sister a few times, but she told him he was barking up the wrong tree. She eventually told him that she wouldn't ever speak to him again. I heard through mutual friends that he stayed with Carly, and they are still together. The devil on my shoulder wanted me to hate them for it, but honestly, I don't care. So, here I am, living in LA, now post-pandemic, and living my best life. I started dating almost as soon as I moved here, and now I'm engaged to an amazing older woman, 31F, who comes with a small child, 2F, from a previous marriage. But that's okay. Her little one is stealing my heart as a mini copy of her mom. We plan to have more kids as soon as possible. She's a nurse and has an opportunity to take a position in Hawaii due to a severe shortage of nurses there. I can work remotely, so we'll decide in the next few days, but it looks like we're moving. I've moved past that part of my life, but chose to never speak to John again. He's reached out a few times via social media and email, but I just block him on whatever platform he makes the attempt from. I have no interest in mending that fence. I'm focused on my new life with Heather. At the end of the day, you really have to walk away. There's always a new chapter. I only post new unique content. Please like and subscribe.